This episode is going to contain all gifts, curiosities, and Hugo's Herbarium collectibles, as well as the alchemy carts and other Missable trophies that I did not pick up on my playthrough. This is going to be part 2, and it is going to contain chapters 9 through 16. If you liked this video and it helped you get your platinum trophy, please let me know in the comments, and enjoy. The first collectible in Chapter 9 in the Shadow of Ramparts is going to be Herbarium number 6, and it is going to be Lavender. So when you start this chapter, you're just going to follow immediately down the path, and to your left there will be a tree with ivy growing on it. I was struggling to find it here, and there's the flower right there. We don't have Hugo with us, but Amicia puts it in her hair. Anyway, I also get the Botanist trophy for this because this was the final flower, so it's a gold trophy for finding all the flowers. I do find more flowers throughout this episode, but the way I did the chapter select and collecting all my stuff, I did it out of order, so that's why. Now the next collectible is going to be Curiosity number 17 in the Sheepskin. It's inside the chest in the room where you shoot down the dead body to attract the rats, and then you have to break the guard's lantern in order to go over to it. Make sure you don't break it where he's in the doorway or in that room, otherwise you won't be able to get into the room to open the chest.
It might be warm, but God, that smell.
Now this next collectible is actually the one that got me my platinum trophy, but you'll see that later on in the video at the very end. So this is Curiosity number 18, and it is Piece of Transis. It's in the cemetery area where you need to get the cart to be able to climb up. So it's behind the cart where the cart is sitting for you to go get it. You just want to climb over the wall, drop down, and it's in the tomb there. So once you get it, you're just going to climb back up, and then you can push the cart forward down the hill so you can climb up out of here. The next collectible is going to be the Alchemist Cart. This is the second one. You are going to have to use Luminosa for this, but it is in the area after you cross a little wooden bridge, and there's two guards. There's one standing by like a campfire that's unarmed or unarmored, and then there's an armored guard. Take them both out, and then go down the alleyway. You'll see the wall you'll climb over, craft your Luminosa unless you have one already, and get rid of the rats. The final collectible in Chapter 9 is going to be Gift number 9, and it is the Chessboard. It's in the final area of the chapter where you can either kill the two armored guards to go in through the front door, which that is a Missable trophy. It's called the Hard Way. It's a silver trophy. You kill the two guards that are armored and go in straight through the front door. Otherwise, you can kill these two guys, and I was really low on supplies here because I wasn't collecting things. I just was trying to run through and get the collectibles. So anyway, I had already collected this one, but for the sake of this video, I collected it again. But the chessboard is right in here in this little room. You're going to collect it. And that is everything for Chapter 9. Chapter 10 is The Way of Roses. And this is once you're inside the university or cathedral, whatever the hell it's called. This is going to be Herbarium number 7, and it's the Daisy, and it's once you move this lantern and kill the two guards using your odorous to lure the rats, you can go inside the little alcove where the rats were and get your flower. I was messing this part up. I couldn't get the rats to be where I needed them to be. They were driving me nuts. But they finally all went over to the body then. So once you get the rats out of the alcove, you can go in there and pick up the Daisy.
You're far from home too, aren't you? Bring me luck. We're doing this for Hugo.
Okay, so the next collectible is Curiosity number 19. It's when you first are following the guards with Roderick, and you go through this room with the little pews on either side of the room. It is Study of a Skinned Person. It's on the other side of where I am right now. For some reason I didn't go over there first, which I should have. But that guard will probably see you, but it's not really a big deal. Just pick it up, and usually you can get around him.
What was that?
I don't think I showed this one either.
Odd.
Unfortunately, there's a lot of them I don't show in this part because I did the later half of the game first. So anyway, the next collectible is Curiosity number 20. It's the Theriaque or whatever. It's inside the room where you have the big puzzle with all the moving bookshelves. It's just towards the back left corner of the room from where you entered, so just make sure you run back there and check it out. The next collectible is gift number 10, and it's the Reading Stone, and it's after Roderick takes out his second person with the stealth kill. It's back here on this table right beside this chest.
He has trouble with his eyes sometimes.
I don't check it out again, but just know it's the Reading Stone. The next thing is the Alchemist Cart. This is the number 3 one. It's once you get outside and you get into this courtyard area, you'll see it in the back right corner from where you entered the area. You again have to use Luminosa. I would recommend using an Odorous too to make sure all the rats are in one spot, because sometimes if you use Luminosa you don't kill all the rats and then they'll still kill you if you try to go. So again, Alchemy Cart number 3. And that is going to be everything for chapter 10. The next chapter is chapter 11, and it is alive. There is only one thing in this chapter, and it is a flower. So it's going to be Herbarium number 8, and it is the Rhododendron. So once you get to the center ring, after you explore the locked door with Roderick, you're going to come down the ladder, and I didn't exactly know where it was, so I was just running around. But I wanted to make sure you knew where to go from where you entered the area. So come down the ladder, you're going to turn right out of the thing and run right over here. Pick up the flower.
Hugo smile, perhaps.
So as I said, that is everything for chapter 11.
I know, but
The next chapter is going to be chapter
You're
12,
right.
All That Remains. Our first collectible here is going to be gift number 11, and is the Calamus. From what I understand, it's just a pen, but I didn't show it. But anyway, you have to put out the fire out front here. You'll see this, it's pretty hard to miss this area. But you put out the fire, then you want to throw an Odorous over there, let all the rats come out of the little house, and then light the fire again so they're all trapped in there. And then you're just going to crouch underneath and go through the door and pick up a Calamus right there on the table.
she used to write all her
It was your
letters here
mother's
before
pen,
sending
I
them by
think, or
pigeon.
something. I don't know. I
can't
don't know
leave
if it's
it
a pen or
here.
not, but
She was very
that's what it
attached
looks
to
like.
it.
The next part is going to be... Oh, there's actually some good loot in here, too. It's whenever you're with Lucas in this part. It's literally on the other side of that gate where Lucas is right now, so you can't really miss it. It's pretty hard to miss. So now, this is a missable trophy here. So what you want to do is you don't want to kill either of these guards. So you don't want to throw a rock at this light and knock it out. And then there's a guard on the other side of this carriage that's wrecked over here. You don't want to kill him either. You want to make sure they both stay alive. In my first playthrough of the game, I killed them both because, you know, screw them. But for the sake of getting the trophy, I had to leave them alive.
How many
So
of you are there?
Oh, it hurts.
you can talk to him if you want. It doesn't matter if you talk to him or not. You can ignore him totally if you want to.
Executed my family. You
But you're
deserve
going to
a
want to
painful
throw an
death.
Odorous so you can get past these rats.
Don't you ever use that word. I'm not going to get anything useful out of him.
It's talking to him is taking quite a long time. Probably should have cut this bit out, but, you know, it's whatever. Come on, Adam, what are you doing? Alright, so we're going to throw an Odorous over here so all the rats run over there. Didn't throw it far enough, apparently. Have to throw another one. And then we can run past the rats. And this is the second guy you need to make sure does not get killed, so do not put out that torch above him.
Hell are you?
What we're gonna do is...
Oh, no.
I think I light this one over here first.
Please.
Or no.
Have mercy.
Shut
You want to put this one out over
I'm
here
leaving you to your fate.
through the wrong thing. Put that one out, and then you're going to throw an odorous over there so they all run over there, and then you're going to light that up again, and it pretty much just obliterates all the rats. I'm pretty sure. I didn't realize that until after I went and collected everything in this area, but I throw the odorous over there, all the rats run to it, and then I light the thing back up, and all the rats are gone when I went back over there. So I don't know if it like destroyed them or what. But anyway, you can throw another odorous over this fence and then light this torch so you can get a bunch of good loot in this little part. So it's definitely worth doing because there's a bunch of good stuff in here. There's fabric. Pretty sure. Well, maybe not. I don't know. I don't remember. I didn't see what I picked up. Anyway, there's just loot in there. But then there's a bunch of loot over here as well. But see, like, all the rats are gone. So I don't know what happened to them, but you definitely want to go in there because there's leather and some other goodies. But once you do that and once you go through the gate, you will get the trophy for leaving those guys alive. I believe it's called
They're
Merciful.
already dead, and I already have enough blood on my hands.
Oh my god. Is this real?
Yes,
My
silver
home.
trophy called Merciful.
Is that a body over
Okay,
there?
so our next
No. Oh, please.
collectible is
Are you
Curiosity
sure we
number
can stop?
21,
Find
and
another
it is
way.
the Harnois helmet. It's in the chest with the second servant's corpse that you come across.
Two.
Yes. They're avoiding.
I again don't show it, but
What
you
is
at
going
least
on
see
here?
it pop up on the left side of the screen when I do pick it up.
Was it your father's?
Yes. From his days fighting alongside King Philip. He was a great knight.
Where are the
The
bombs?
next
Over
collectible
there,
is
at the other
Herbarium
end.
number 9, and it is the Cinquefoil.
through
It's a
that.
flower.
But how?
It's after
I know.
you go through the house and you go through Hugo's
We'll
room
get
and
there.
deal with all the rats, and you come outside. It's all the way to the left.
Intact.
A Cinquefoil, I think.
Hugo wouldn't have wanted us to leave it here.
Our next, for lack of a better word, collectible is the Alchemist Cart number 4. And this is pretty easily missable. This is the one I missed. You have to light this lantern from way back there. And Lucas almost gets killed running over here with me. But he does make it. So anyway, this is the one I missed, so this is where I get the trophy pop. So it's a bronze trophy called Resource Sharing. But if you're following this along and you didn't get any alchemy carts, then you won't get the trophy until
This
the
box is a phoenix over
5th one.
Symbol
So
of
the
great
next one is
alchemical
Curiosity
work.
number 22, and it is Family
Lisa,
Tree. And I
I
picked
think
it
we
up while
found it.
Lucas was talking, so it didn't show the
Open it.
pop-up on my
Alright.
screen, but it's just that big long sheet of paper on the table right there. And again, that's Curiosity number 22, Family Tree. And that's just in Beatrice's laboratory under the bath, the Roman bath. So that's everything for chapter 12. Chapter 13, Penance. Our first collectible is Curiosity number 23, and it is Ragdoll. After you cross this little stone bridge here, when Clairby's up there letting you out the door, you want to turn left and crouch through this little opening. It's very hard to see, and you will find the collectible
This
right over
Ragdoll,
here on
He
the
never
little
would have left it behind like
crib
this.
thing. And that is where I got my silver Curiosities Hunter trophy. Which is for collecting all of them. I think I get the collecting half of them trophy a little later in this video, because again I did them out of order. So
Night
Curiosity number
Figurine.
24 is Night Figurine, and it is
His
when you're
toys.
in Hugo's room again. Do not walk up to Hugo. Walk to the right when you walk in the door, and go to the right again to go into your mother's little office area, and you will find that. The next collectible is Herbarium number 10, and it's the Daffodil. Once you free Hugo out of the
Hugo,
cage,
a fly-
you're
it's a
going to run down
daffodil.
past the cart with the
Do you
horses,
want it?
and to
Of
your
course.
right will be a little opening
Mhm.
in the trees.
Of
You can
course.
go in there and get the
I
daffodil.
was scared, Hugo.
Me too.
Well,
And that's
it's
going to
over
be
now.
everything for chapter 13.
Lady Daffodil will watch over us.
Yes.
Chapter 14 is Blood Ties, and it's the fun little chapter where you play as Hugo. It's like one of my favorite parts of the game. The only collectible in it is Herbarium number 11. It's the black Nightshade. So you're going to want to follow this exact path that I do here so you don't get caught. And then if you were just solely doing this for getting collectibles, and if you missed the trophy on this chapter, you are going to want to do what I do here. I will explain that a little further once we get the flower. Because I don't think it's possible to get the flower and get the get the Missable trophy in the same thing, because you're not fast enough and someone will spot you. So anyway, right here is the flower. So once you pick up the flower, check it out in your inventory, whatever you want to do. You're going to want to restart the chat or restart at your checkpoint, so it just puts you right back at the beginning of this garden area. And you're going to want to follow the exact same path you just took.
Congratulations on capturing the child.
We've been after him for weeks. And then he simply turns up here asking.
But instead of going for the flower, you're going to run into the opening at the end here, because the whole purpose here is to beat Nicholas into a room that typically when he walks into, he shuts the door and you have to go around a long way. So once you run through there, you're going to run through this door and you're just going to run straight down to the open door at the end of the hallway. Typically you'll have to run left because he'll shut this door as he goes through, but once you go through, you will get the silver trophy, Captain Sidekick. And then I stand here and wait until he walks through the door, but you don't have to. Once you get the trophy, you can exit out of the chapter.
Captain, I was told that the carrier of the macula is here.
The next chapter is chapter 15, Remembrance. Again, there's only one collectible because this is a short chapter, and it is Herbarium number 12. It's the Rockfoils. After Lucas has his little talk here about the frozen chest, you can run into this room and pick it up right here. It's just to the left of Lucas where he's messing with the lock on the chest. And then the final chapter, chapter 16, Coronation. I know there is one chapter after this, but there's nothing in it, so.
Since last time.
Our first thing is going to be the Alchemist Cart number 5. And after you kill the guard and Hugo sees the big building there, you're going to turn right to the X there. You're going to kill this guy. And you can see the Alchemist Cart right there with the light. If you have not gotten all 5 until now, this is where your trophy will pop.
You won't be getting up anytime soon, trust me.
So our next collectible is going to be Curiosity number 25, and it's going to be Discipline. This is after Hugo takes out the 2 guards with the rats. Towards the beginning of the level, you're going to head right where the guards are and into the alley area to find a dead guard with a collectible sitting right beside him.
The flagellants whip themselves with it. It's probably got
The
bits
next
of flesh in
collectible
it.
is going to be Herbarium number 13, and it's the Christmas Rose. After this is when Roderick is trying to break down the door into the house that's on fire, and you have to kill a bunch of guards to come out. You're going to run down to the open gate straight in front of where the door is that Roderick is breaking down, and run down that pathway. You don't need to worry about the rats. Hugo won't let them hurt you. And run to the end and you'll find the flower. Alright, these next couple clips are for the trophies for upgrading your equipment and your sling all the way. And a good way to do this is I had enough to do the equipment, both of these right here, before we do the pushing the cart sequence with the archers, where Roderick has his demise.
This should make things a little
So
easier.
I do that first,
Well, that looks a lot better.
and I get the handful of pockets, silver trophy right there for fully upgrading the equipment. And then if you just restart the chapter here, you won't have that upgrade anymore, but I was able to upgrade the pouch as well, but I wouldn't have been able to do all
should come in
3.
handy.
So there is the silver, not a toy anymore trophy. and I was happy with that because there's no New Game Plus or anything, so it doesn't really matter. Now the final
The Inquisitor's
collectible
manual.
here is
Serious? There's actually a manual for this shit. It was written before Vitalis.
Curiosity
make sure there won't be a
number
second
26,
volume.
the Inquisitor's Manual. Right there behind some barrels, right before you walk up the gallows to the basically one of the final fight sequences of the game. So that is
We're
going to
here.
be all the
Vitalis.
collectibles through the chapters. Now this is where I get the platinum trophy, as I
As
said
if
earlier.
this place wasn't.
And there it is, there's Innocence. So that is all the trophies for this game. The game was incredible. I am already starting to play Requiem, so keep a lookout for that on my channel. If you liked what I made here, follow along. I will do one of these for that game as well. So stay tuned, and I hope you enjoyed. Have a good one.
All right. Please tell me this can still roll.